Hello there. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy real Thanksgiving. I think I wished you happy Thanksgiving on Saturday, but this time it's real. I created a video today about throwing lip chap up the stairs, these stairs. And I did it for no other reason than I thought it was going to be fun. I mean, it was fun, but I did it because I thought it was going to be fun. Um, so I had this idea last night I was telling Ryan about how my dad used to throw hauls up the stairs. He would get hauls from the grocery store, and then at the house that I grew up in, you could throw from the bottom of the stairs up over the banister, a lot like this one, and into my dad's bedroom. And you couldn't actually see where you were throwing, so it made it really fun to just try and lob it over and up over onto his bedside table. And so, for whatever reason, I decided that my house had a similar layout to the house that I grew up in. And so I was like, oh, I can do this in this house. And so I filmed it. And I have left the link to that video in the description in case you're interested. But this was an interesting project for me because I usually have to have a reason for doing it. There needs to be some reason for doing the thing that I'm going to do. So if it's like cleaning the house or unpacking, or like it doesn't even have to be work related, but there has to be a reason and it has to be contributing or moving a project forward in some way. But this one was just for the sake of doing it. And it was kind of nice in a way, but also hard to look back on because now I'm like, well, I could have spent the day doing something, like working on something. But it was really fun. And I think that I need to do more of these things. And I think generally speaking that people need to do this kind of thing more often. I watched a TED Talk recently by Simone Yech, who is my favorite YouTuber right now. And she makes shitty robots, basically. That's her thing. She's like queen of shitty robots is the thing that she does. And she did a talk on why we should all create stupid things or something like that. And I loved it. I love the idea that she had created this, like she was afraid to fail, and so she created a space for herself in which failure was the point, and that she couldn't really fail in a sense, because the idea was that these robots weren't really supposed to work. So when they didn't work, because she's not an engineer, when they didn't work, that was the point. And I love this idea of just creating things for the joy of it. Like she just loves robotics, and so she does it. And she managed to, I mean, she's created a job for herself. Like she is a YouTuber. Like that's her job, is to be on YouTube. But I just kind of love that idea of doing things for the sake of doing them, but then being okay with it. And it's that being okay with it piece that I'm still working on. How often do you do things just for fun? I was talking to Ryan about it, and I said, why do you create things that have no purpose? And he was like, oh boy, that's a deep question. He said, because I have to get it out. And I just like, that's so far away from my experience. So I think that's really interesting. So what is it for you? How often do you create things that don't really have a purpose, that have no purpose, that you've just created or that you've done? Maybe it's an activity that you do just for the sake of doing it. Because I rarely do. But I think that I should do more of it. So let me know. What's your thing that you do, or maybe a thing that you've tried? I hope you're doing well. I hope you had an excellent Thanksgiving day, and I'll see you tomorrow.